Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry it's been a while since I got this update, and finally got some closure to my experience, I guess you could say. Wasn't great closure. Before I get into it, I just want to thank all you guys for the likes, the comments. I've tried to get back to everybody I could. Appreciate the subscribers. I'm sure you guys are hanging out just to kind of figure out what's going on with this thing. I wrote down a couple notes just to keep myself on track. I'm going to make this one a lot shorter. We're just going to roll through it. So on the 24th, I called back my dealer to find out what the status of my ski was. They told me again it wouldn't be ready. They said they rebuilt it completely. It was still down. They rebuilt everything but the front drive shaft, and now CU's telling them they need to replace that as well. I told them I didn't want it back, essentially. I had the general manager of the store actually call me, and what he did was he offered to purchase the whole ski back for me at full price. So the only thing he wasn't going to pay for was the 2 financing payments I already paid, but he'd make me whole for everything else. I also talked to an attorney at that same exact time, and he told me if I didn't take the deal, basically I was an idiot. With that being said, what did I do? Let me just check my notes again real quick. So Thursday I called BRP back, same exact day, right? So I called BRP back, and just by chance I happened to talk to a team lead, right? So I guess the other guys were busy, so I talked to a team lead. He went over my notes. I expressed how displeased I was with him, with the service. Not with him, but with obviously CU and everything that I had been through. He decided he was going to escalate the process a bit, and what he did was he put me into contact with, I guess, the remediation team, breaking their process typically to try to get this resolved on their end. That same evening, the remediation guy, he emailed me and said, hey, when are you available for a call? I emailed him immediately back, said right now. He didn't, of course, call me, so I had to wait until the next day. We set up a call for 11 o'clock. He called me at 11 o'clock. Basically, he asked me what I was looking for, and I told him compensation, right? He's not allowed to offer compensation upfront. And guys, this is just for informative purposes. Obviously, I'm not trying to state anything other than what happened to me in my experience. I didn't like this guy from the beginning. He was very arrogant. He was actually the rudest customer service rep that I had talked to by far, and he stated to me that he is the highest level of customer support or customer satisfaction within BRP. Didn't like him from the beginning. Was not a nice person. Kind of had an attitude the whole entire time. But anyways, he asked me what I wanted. I said compensation. He said, well, what am I thinking? I said, well, I'm already down $800 from the 2 months that I wasn't able to use it because of my monthly payments. I said, depreciation of value, depreciation in faith of reliability on the unit, and then just loss of time, I guess you could say. In my mind, I was looking for something significant. What he offered me, and maybe some of you guys have seen it on some of my posts on some of the CD owners groups. I won't repeat it here because I feel like what's happening is they're actually going to try to get me in some type of legality issue because he called me back. So let me fast forward. He offered me basically something that was horrendous. It wasn't even like thought worthy. At that point, I hung up. I called back my dealer and I said I'll accept the offer. I'll be there Friday. Make a long story short again, I delivered my unit last Friday back to the dealer. He wrote me the checks for the trailer, for the unit, for everything. All said and done. Good. So I was thinking about it, and what he had originally offered me was laughable, but I won't mention it here. But I emailed him back seeing if the offer that they would have offered me still stands, even though I didn't have the unit, because there wasn't anything coming to me directly. It was going to be at a later on time on a potential future purchase where I could have gotten perhaps credited something. I'm not saying anything definitive, and it was laughable. So needless to say, I went back and I emailed him and I said, in writing, I basically said it. I was like, in writing, I want the offer that you still offer me. I want you to put that in writing. He calls me Monday, I believe it was Monday, and calls me and says, Ray, I'm confused. He said, based on what you've told me in these emails, you've already gotten rid of the unit and you're not interested in this. I said, well, no, I'm interested in case in a future iteration I decide to go buy a new ski in which this offer could have been applied. And I won't mention the specifics of it, laughable again. And he basically kind of popped off with an attitude again. He basically was like, Ray, I forgot to mention that this offer was confidential in our first call, and I see that you've posted it on some of the owners groups. I was like, yes, I did post it, and yes, you did fail to mention that it was confidential. Not my fault, don't care. Again, this video is to inform you guys of my experience. So needless to say, I again verbally asked, I said, I want in writing the offer that you had offered me previously in our verbal communication. He said no. He said he wouldn't do it. He said I had to literally verbally confirm on the call, because of all their calls are recorded, I had to confirm that whatever we discussed on the previous day and today's date will be kept confidential. And the offer that was offered is laughable. So I obviously did not agree to any type of confidentiality agreement whatsoever. There's no expectation of this being kept confidential. I owe it to you guys, at least out of a morality or a principled kind of stance. So at least let you know what happened here. And that's basically it, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not looking for anything from Sea-Doo anymore. I will never consider them again. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there who swear by the IDF. It's an IDF issue, and the Sea-Doos are great. That may be. And guys, too, a lot of you asked questions about, you know, is this a Fish Pro specific model or a Fish Pro specific issue with the IDF? As far as I know, it was. I haven't heard of anybody else or seen anybody else with issues on different skis. That's not to say there isn't. I just don't know of any, and I'm not going to attest to any. I'm not going to say anything negative about any other Sea-Doo product. I will say, guys, if you go through a similar situation, you have to weigh the pros and the cons, because once you get that ski back like I did, my chances of finding another ski this year new are slim to none. I've already looked into the Yamahas, as many of you guys have recommended, and they're all sold out. Every 2021 unit in my area, and I even called the largest dealer in the U.S., every single one of them sold out, and they're already taking money on the 2022s, even though they don't know what those models exactly are going to entail yet. So basically, you're either stuck with your unit, not really stuck with it. I mean, I hope it works out. Let me clarify. I hope anybody who bought one of these Fish Pros thoroughly enjoys it. I hope they go out and have the time and enjoyment that they plan to have from the beginning. Unfortunately, I did not. And it's unfortunate, but I guess it happens. I got out of it the easiest way possible for me and the smartest way possible for me. Problem is I'm down this year, right? So I won't have any option to jet ski fish this year, which does suck. You see behind me, once I sold mine back, I started ordering parts. This is an old Hobie. It's an old 2000 Hobie, what is it, Mirage Outback. Old, but I'm going to do a bunch of upgrades to it, and that's what I'm going to do this year to get that thing fish ready again. I'm going to put some new turbo fins on a fish finder. Everything that the Fish Pro had, but a whole lot less horsepower. So again, I did want to follow up with you guys. I'm really sorry that it took so long. I've been kind of procrastinating because at the same time, you know, emotionally I needed some closure around getting rid of it too, because it did suck, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like having a whole entire summer planned full of activities and events, and then have it taken away from you is not a good feeling. Feel free to keep emailing me, messaging me. You know, the channel's gonna be pretty inactive. I don't see a point of having a PWC fishing channel if I'm not going to have a PWC to obviously fish off of. There's plenty of great channels out there that guys are doing real big, real good things. Definitely check them out. If you have any feedback for the Hobie or any ideas for me, let me know. If you want to fish in the eastern North Carolina region, let me know. More than happy to buddy up and do some fishing. I wish all y'all the best. I hope if you bought a Fish Pro, I hope it works out for you and you don't have any issues. I hope they take care of you better than I did. It is what it is, guys. Thanks for watching.